The Japanese leagues are full of history-rich teams that promise so many fun save ideas. The stadiums are huge and the budget are not that bad, and if you love Japanese culture like I do, you will love to start a career in this country. I did some research and I found 5 unique Japanese teams that you can build your manager story around and conquer Asia. At the end of the video I even found a team with such unique records that will be a real challenge to beat, so stay until the end to find out what they are. First team I've got for you is going to be Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo, guys. A team from the first division. The thing about this team, which is very interesting, is that they play on 2 stadiums, guys. They play on 2 stadiums because on the Sapporo stadium they have a baseball team that actually plays, so they have to change home stadiums now and then. As you can see, their facilities are pretty good. Youth recruitment 3 stars, youth facilities 3 stars, training facilities 3.5 stars with a reputation of 2.5 stars. This team is not insane, but you have some money to spend as well. 15 million euros in the balance sheet and 3 million euros for a transfer budget, which is not that bad. I must also say that this team has been founded by the Toshiba Corporation, a very well-known corporation in Japan that does electronics and a lot of stuff. They also have like the small batteries and many other things. When it comes to the squad, you have a pretty decent squad, I must say. Your best players are going to be your defenders, players like Daihachi Okamura here. This guy, 25 years old, pretty good guy, I must say, very physical. When it comes to pace, he's not that fast, but he has very good marking, very good tackling, and very good technique as well. Teamwork and work rate, as for almost all of these Japanese players, is very good. Then you have guys like Shunta Tanaka, another defender. I think you might want to consider a 3 at the back formation with this team, since you have so many good center backs. Right now, Shunta Tanaka, 15 strength, very physical as well, a bit short, but as you know, with Japanese players it's very tough to find tall Japanese players, so this is what you have to work with. But first touch 16, positioning 16, passing 16, you can really create a possession based tactic with 3 at the back at Sapporo. Then you have a Thai player in Supachok Sarachat, which can play every role in the attack actually, but his best roles are the attacking midfielder and winger, of course, but you can play him wherever you like. 24 years old, I think this guy can still improve. Even though his physicals are not great, I think this guy has some very good mentals and technical ability for the Japanese league. And if we go to the club vision, we can see that they want you to reach the later stages of All Japan Cup, finish in mid-table in the Japan 1 League, which is not that hard, I promise you, and reach the later stages of the League Cup. So not many rules for you. That means you can actually go and build your team as you like. But before we go forward, I must say that we are so close on reaching that 500 subscribers goal, so if you like the video, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you. But now let's go to a more interesting club. In the 3rd league of Japan, you can find the Nara Club. This club has only played in the lower division of the Japanese leagues. That means they never promoted from the 3rd league. They did have a chance a couple of years ago to promote, but to get into the 3rd league of Japan, it's pretty tough, since they have these requirements of attendance and all this other stuff, so it's not that easy to promote in the 3rd league even. So because this year they made it, it's going to be a real challenge to even stay in the 3rd league or promote into the 2nd league. And as you can see, your facilities are very bad, so you have to start from scratch. Training facilities 1 star, youth facilities 1 star, and youth recruitment is less than 1 star. Reputation is 1.5 stars. What makes this team very interesting is that they never played in the 2nd division even, so you can really take this team and bring it to glory. When it comes to the squad, your squad is very thin, guys. You will need to make some transfers because look at this, you have such few players and you have 3 goalkeepers, so that means you really do not need another goalkeeper. Your best player is going to be the Spanish goalkeeper Arnau, who is looking pretty good actually. 15 agility, 16 throwing. I think this guy is actually a first league goalkeeper, but for you I think he's going to do a very good job. Then we have a midfielder here, Sotaro Yamamoto, the number 10 of this team, which is actually a DM, but as you can see he really has some good passing, good tackling, good technique. For the third league, remember, this is actually a very good player which you can use and build a team around. And you have Patrick Gustafsson, a Thai player that is going to score a lot of goals for you. As you know, in FM, physical attributes, especially acceleration and pace, are very important for attackers, and this guy has it. 15 pace, 16 acceleration. This guy is very good striker for the third league. That means you can make him the top goal scorer, and this guy can help you stay in the third league for this season and promote if you manage to get him back, of course. When we take this team to the J1 division and maybe win the Asian Champions League with it. But it's going to be a tough job, guys. Compared to Nara, they actually have a better starting squad. You have players like Kengo Kuroki here, a 23-year-old defender, 185 centimeters with good passing, good tackling, good technique, and also pretty aggressive. But this guy for the third league, I think he can do it. Then the man, the myth, the legend, Takuya Matsura, a advanced midfielder which has it all. For the third league, this guy is amazing. Good physicals, good technicals, very good mentals, and he is a leader, guys. You have this guy until December and you need to take advantage of him because he is looking pretty good, and I think he can actually help you get some points and maybe look for that top half finish. And guess what, when we go to the club vision, this is going to be even better than in Nara because they want you to avoid relegation from the J3 league. That's why, because we are predicted to finish 20th in the league. We have the worst odds on staying up in the league, so this is going to be a real challenge even for the best managers of Football Manager 2024. In the fourth spot, I have another very interesting team for you guys. Playing in the second division of Japanese football and previewed to finish 7th, this is Chiba, guys. JEF United Chiba is a club with some history, actually pretty rich history, because they have been the first Asian club to win the Asian Champions League as it was back then. And one more very interesting fact is that this team was one of the original 10 teams that founded the Japanese First League. This team is very rich in history, and if you are looking for a challenge and for a team with a lot of history that you want to bring back in the J1 League and start winning those cups again, I think JEF United Chiba is for you. With very good training facilities at 3.5 stars, 3 stars youth facilities and 2 stars youth recruitment, this team is not that bad. Finances, you have money in the bank as well, 2.7 million euros, and in the balance you have 9 million euros. When it comes to payroll, you don't really have that much space to maneuver, but with that transfer budget I really think you can do some great things. Our squad is also looking pretty thin, but you have some good players here, guys. Takaki Fukumitsu, very good crosser of the ball, 15, concentration 15, not that fast, but his acceleration is good as well. Balance is decent as well. Then we have a midfielder, Andrew Kumagai, a very physical midfielder with 15 strength, 16 balance and 15 jumping reach. This guy is going to be essential in that midfield. If you want to build a team around him, I think it's going to be the best decision. And you even have a Brazilian star named Dudu with pace 15, acceleration 14 and pretty good technicals. This guy might be able to bring you some goals. You still have him until 2025, so maybe you will look to sell him or use him, that's up to you, but I think he can do the job and score at least 15 goals for you this season. When it comes to young players, Riku Matsuda is one of the best that you have. Natural fitness 16, so that means this guy will not get injured that much. His technicals are very good, not so pacey, but acceleration is fine again. And with a balanced personality, it's nothing to worry about. This guy can play in the inverted fullback position or as a fullback, and also he can play as a center back. One honorable mention, I think it has to be said, if you go to your depth center you will find Ryuta Shimio, a very pacey striker with good finishing and good first touch. What else would you want from your striker? Only 18 years old. If you play this guy, I bet he can develop and actually help you get back into the first Japanese league and start winning cups again. And when we go to the club division, we can see that there are some rules, but nothing too crazy. Bold culture is sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, that is preferred. Then you have to sign players over 32 with 1 year contract max and reach the J2 League playoffs. Why do they want that of you? Because you are actually previewed 7th. So I think it's going to be a challenge, but with 1 or 2 transfers I think you might be able to do that. And last but not least is Jubile Owata, guys, also from the 2nd league of Japanese football, but this team is very history rich and they have a pretty insane rule in their finances that makes you unable to sign any players until January 2nd that are over 15. So no transfers for the first season, which is going to be a bit tough because the team is looking pretty good, but it's not that great. So we have training facilities 3 stars, youth facilities 3 stars, youth recruitment 2.5 stars and 2.5 stars reputation. And why did I say this team has great history? Because they did win a lot of cups, guys. Japanese Super Cup 3 times, Japanese League Cup 2 times, Asian Champions League 1 time and the J1 League 3 times actually. And one more very interesting thing is that this is the team that holds some crazy records actually. They hold the record for the most goals in a season, best goal difference in a season, least conceded goals in a season, and much more. The most interesting thing is that they've done it with mostly Japanese players, which is a very tough thing to do. You will see that the teams from the first division, they do have a lot of foreign players because the Japanese players Some of them are good, as you know. We even have some in Europe, players like Takehiro Tomiyasu or Endo, but they still need foreign players to win the Great Cups. So Jubile Owata, you have a payroll of 150,000 euros, not much that you can use there, but you still have a budget of 1.7 million euros. And when we go to the squad, you can see that your squad is full. You cannot make any transfer, guys. Remember, you have to play for the first season with this team. So you have very good players. Actually, you have players like Yosuke Furukawa. Look at this guy. This guy can even play in Europe, I bet. Only 19 years old, your best player. 15 agility, 16 dribbling, 15 penalty taking. You have to use him, develop him, and maybe get some money for him in the future. But I think this guy, even though he has balance too, this guy is going to be your star. Then for the striker position, we have Rio Germain. He can actually play on the right as well. It depends on how you want to play him. But with a jumping reach of 19, I think it's going to be a shame not playing him in the box, because you really want to put some crosses on this guy so he can header those balls into the goal. 15 penalty taking. You have very good penalty takers here at Iwata, but this guy has natural fitness 15 as well, so that means it's going to be very tough for him to get an injury. Then you also have a midfielder in Masaya Matsumoto. He can play on the left, he can play winger on the right, it doesn't matter. He has a very good right foot, can play even in the DM position. His haircut is crazy, but we're not going to talk about that. Crossing 12, 15 balance and 15 natural fitness. Not the greatest player, I must say. He has many attributes where he is lacking, but I think you can still use this guy, or maybe sell him and get some money, because his salary is kind of high for the second division. And in goal we have Ryuki Miura, guys. Aerial reach 15, command of the area 15, agility 15, kicking 17 and passing 17. It's a shame that he only has 1 for his first touch. So I don't know why, maybe because his legs are broken. How do you have 1 in your first touch? That's crazy. But as a goalkeeper, I think he can do the job for you. Not very tall, but as I said before, Japanese players are not very tall, so even the goalkeepers are going to be a little bit smaller than what you are used to. So yes, this is Jubile Itawa, the team that has the biggest records in Japan. Very tough to reach that level again and break those records, so this is why I chose this team as the biggest challenge. I hope you like the teams that I chose for you, and if you click this link, I prepared 5 teams with the best youth academies that you can choose from if you want to build some crazy wonder kids. Thanks for watching.